Hello. How are you all doing? Hear the sounds, the activations. Oh. As you feel the crystalline pyramid, allowing the energies just to flow out, allow you to receive some of these frequencies. Ooh. How are you all doing? It's been a while. Whew. Hello, 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 beautiful souls. How are you all doing? I've been really deep within a creative womb. A cavern of space is creating madly. It's been really incredible. There's so much incredible opportunities and doors opening up and energies, and of course we have the beginning of eclipse season coming up next week. And for those of you who don't know, I was born on a new moon solar eclipse, so that's another reason why I'm so enamored with eclipses. And so I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about this particular eclipse that's coming up on May 25th. I think it's May 25th, 26th, depending on what part of the world you're in, because it's also going to be at a time when it's going literally over the international date line. So this is why I decided to, instead of doing our eclipse activation meditation on the day, I decided to do it the day before, so that if you're in that space, we'll do it just before. And because time doesn't exist, it doesn't matter whether you're when you actually do the activation, because technically you're actually always in the eternal now. So this will be, you can do it when we're doing it at the time, and then again at your specific to your time zone. So we'll put a clock in so that you can time it to what time zone you are across the globe, so you know when it actually hits. So this is eclipses are such an amazing time, and that's why I wrote it as a quantum jumping, because some people call them like sideways doors. A lot of things can suddenly change or shift or move, or you get messages or illumination like immediately. And if you find that you haven't gotten a message right away or during that day when it happens, usually you get it within the week. But sometimes these eclipses can last up to where you receive the messages for up to 6 months. And depending on the type of eclipse it is, because this next one that's happening is extremely rare because it's a total lunar eclipse, and those don't happen as often. And it's also a rarer one because it's also a super moon. So it means that the energy of the moon is even closer to the earth. So you really feel the power of the essence of this actual activation. So it's going to be a really powerful one, where when we have the total eclipse, or when it goes into its totality, you're actually going to be able to see the Milky Way. And so what happens with this is it represents the cosmic womb. So the cosmic womb of creation. So it's going to elevate your wild luminosity. It's going to give you that love bloom clarity. It's going to give you a lot of awakening doorways so that you can explore all the new holograms and vistas that are going to open up to you. And because it's happening in Sagittarius, it's going to be a lot to do with your higher mind consciousness, because Sagittarius also rules truth, but it also rules the center, the cosmic womb. That's where I think it's 27 degrees, but this one is going to be happening at 5 degrees. So it still brings in the frequency of it, but what we're going to do is, because it's also a blood moon, so there's like so many angles of rarity at this eclipse, or that there's so many things coming at you, that it's really going to be one of those days that you really feel powerful about how you're going to transform yourself. And because it's a blood moon, we're going to be calling in the goddess Kali Ma to also help to clear away any of the small mind and helping you to really open up your crystalline mind. So it's going to be a very deep activation on your pituitary, your pineal gland. So as I was reading on it and researching it and looking up like what other else, like I looked up some of the other astrologers to see what they had to say about it. And I found it to be a really interesting eclipse. And what I kept getting visions of was the crystal skull. And because it is such a powerful activator for the divine mind, and because we've had the return of the priestess and so much awakening within our womb consciousness, it's time to also connect with the crystal skulls, because we're also having the rapid Kundalini energy fire awakening within our sensual selves as well, and opening us up to these newer incredible dimensions of light and love and frequency and higher crystalline frequencies. So what's happening is it's going to activate and move up through your chakras until it reaches the third eye. And of course, it explodes off into this beautiful alignment of the divine mind. So speaking of the divine mind, why don't we just pull a card and see what comes up? So we have, isn't that interesting? Surrendering control. But this eclipse will also be about soul connection. So it is really about reconnecting you to the soul of this solar ring, this planet, this galaxy, and also too with yourself. So there's a lot of things that are going to be happening with this one, and it's going to, because there's multiple dimensions of consciousness that are accessible, you're going to really find that your continued spiritual growth and transformation is really going to be up-leveled and expanding you into that whole next level, that next part of your journey that's going to illuminate, which of course we can't say right now what it is because it's on the other side. So there's a lot that's going to be coming with it. And because it represents that it's also a full moon, it's going to stir up a lot of the internal emotions. So there's going to be a lot that's going to be coming to the surface, that's going to be opening you up, but at times can also give you a little bit of that where we overcomplicate things, where we over intellectualize. It's going to want to make you also more social, and Sagittarius is such a traveling sign, so it's going to make you want to get out, explore, take a look, and look at all, you know, more horizons, more expansions, more doors opening up. So there's a lot. And this eclipse cycle really is about a time of transformation on so many multiple levels. Hi, Kathy, Taylor, Sarah, Paige, Leslie, Tina. It's so great to connect with all of you beautiful souls. So happy to be here with you. So what are you needing to push yourself to realign with to your higher purpose? This is going to be an eclipse that's really going to reveal things, shake things up. Mind you, eclipses usually do that, but because this is such a rare one with a blood moon, super moon, you're going to feel this one. There's going to be a lot of it change. Hi, Kathy. Mwah. So you're going to want to do what you can to support yourself in this outcome of what you're going to have. And they say sometimes too with eclipses, you can also use it as a really good time to make wishes. So if you really want to figure out what you would like to truly manifest, to feel, to experience, to create in your life, the card actually of Miracle of Life is what keeps coming to my mind. Oh, look, you pulled Dare to Imagine. That's so amazing. This is such a great card because it actually looks like a portal in itself. And what I think is amazing is, of course, you have the snake in here, which represents the Kundalini snake. So it really is about rising through the grace of your divine, your divinity, your connection, to reach out as you move through all of these transitions and transformations, and really just being able to connect. You pulled the 9 of Hearts, came right after your reading. That's amazing. 9 of Hearts is wish fulfillment. So make your wishes, girl. It's going to really transform you and really go for oh, I love that. That's amazing. Make it. I love that confirmation. Thank you so much. That's so fantastic. So this will be a really powerful cycle. So maybe what you can do, we have a few days before this eclipse, is to write down or make just a vision board just for this eclipse, so that you can see what's going to appear, see how things open up, see how the doorways really move forward, and you know how they really give you that, how do you say it, that next space. You know, astrologically speaking, the sun represents the conscious mind. So when the sun is also associated with life force energy and warmth and light and creativity, the moon reflects the light of the sun. So it represents our feelings and our subconscious. So during a solar eclipse, when the moon blocks the light of the sun out, our emotions and our subconscious patterns will be deeply revealed. So this can get a little bit emotional, but it'll also help to relieve some of your lower frequency emotional patterns as well. And it can also ignite also some of your inner child wounding or space that has been suppressed for, you know, however many decades it's been for. So there's going to be some subconscious patterns that will reveal themselves. And these solar eclipses really give you the most amazing opportunity to really reflect, to heal, to just transmute these lower patterns. You want to supercharge and use it to help you with your conscious growth and evolution. And especially because when it's an eclipse at a new moon, it's considered a new beginning possibility. But this one is a full moon, so this is going to be revealing also what you need to let go, what is completing for you, and what you need to allow to fall away. So sometimes it can happen really fast. It can happen with you losing a job, breaking up with a partner, or just a very sudden transformation or revelation. So really try to stay as present as you possibly can as you're working through, or if you may experience some cosmic triggers within and around you, and it'll help you just to claim the opportunity to really be aware of what you truly want, what you truly desire, where you truly wish to move forward to. So it keeps you on track. It allows you to release the energies, and it helps you to embrace the change as you evolve and you transform and you grow. So there's so many things. Eclipses are amazing, and it's incredible too because it brings you back some of that ancient wisdom that so many, you know, I believe when they said the eclipses from many thousands of years ago, they were afraid of them because they thought the sun wasn't coming back. So these eclipses, they started to learn through the ancient ways, were like doorways and gateways that support you to connect with your higher dimensional beings and your higher dimensional self. So they used it as a threshold to step into those higher states of love and joy. So you can't take some of those things with you. You have to, like some of the darker stuff, the emotional wounds, it's releasing. So all these incredible ceremonies and rituals over the thousands of years have been created in honor of the eclipses. So it helps because it uplifts, we all uplift each other through it. So there's a lot of transformation coming. And as we transform these old energies that are no longer serving you, you awaken a deeper sense of self. And look at this. I love this. Create your reality. I'm going to try and pull some cards from the Starseed Oracle. And I just put out of reach my moon cards, the ones that are actually in the shape of the moon. Oh, of course, we have to talk about this. The Seven Sisters, we're right in the midst of the Palladian portal right now. So this is a really great time to get out if you can. And, you know, sit under the Pallades stars. Now it looks like a bit like a W, and it's in the Taurus side of the constellation, so you see them at night. So sometimes during the daytime you can still go out, and you know, when you get charged by the sun, you still receive some of the frequencies of light from the stars. But this way, when you go out at nighttime, and if you have one of those apps, the sky apps, I think there's quite a few amazing ones, put it up into the sky so you know exactly which side of the sky it is, and then that way you can position yourself with your crystals and just embrace the download. And one of the coolest things that you can do is, because there's 7 sisters, is align your chakras with them and lie on the ground and feel the pulse of the earth coming through you, and then align each of your chakras by visualizing a shimmering golden thread coming out of your crown and each individual chakra, and lining it up with the stars of the Pleiades. You will have an out of body, out of worldly experience. So that would be fantastic. Oh, and we were, look at this, earth pulsing. So get outside and lie on the ground and give yourself that time in nature to reboot, reconnect, realign. Today was one of the first days I didn't have the opportunity to do it, and I'm really feeling it. So Tina, you said your ears have been ringing like crazy. So recently I heard, depending on which ear, one represents where you're receiving energy, and one is about I think it had something to do with, that was a fear thing. But usually I've always heard that when you're having your ear ringing, it's about a download. You're receiving messages and you're getting cosmic wisdom. But sometimes you can't always translate it like language of light. You can't actually put it into words. You just hear it, and then it resonates and resounds through your body, so that your body responds. Your aura, your chakras, your cells, your molecules, and your tissues will all respond to it instead. So it's you're receiving a download. Let's just pull a card on that and see what comes up. Kindred support. You're being supported by the cosmos above you to give you what you need, and they're saying also the present moment. So that's pretty cool. So does anybody else have any questions about the eclipses? Colleen, you said talk about the Pleiades. Was that, I hope that was a good piece for you. I remember the first time I met them. I actually met them. I was walking through the forest to a beautiful waterfalls, and I kept seeing all these beings in these beautiful blue, like almost that sapphire blue sparkling robes. And I remember thinking, who are these people? These are incredible. And they came forward and they had pink roses with them. It was amazing. And that's when a lot of the rose wisdom started to come through. That was back in about 2007 when that happened. It's a really wild time. It's wonderful laying out on the earth to align the chakras. That is beautiful. It takes about 15 minutes, and you can really feel it, especially in your solar plexus, where you feel the energy realign and connect you to the actual, the magnetic grid of that area you're in within the earth. So that's a beautiful practice. It's one I missed today. So I am visualizing myself teleporting there for a second and feeling the vibes. So let's see if there's anything else we can pull. Oh, they're talking about Venus. Look at that, the blue flame. This always reminds me of the Pleiades, but this actually is the door of eternity, which is in Egypt. I'm not exactly sure in which temple, but each of these doorways always represents a stargate and also an initiation as you step through the doorway. And here we go, the void. So there's, when you step into the void, it's when you really learn, when you really reconnect to your inner knowing and to trust what you receive, instead of going into the mental mind space of always analyzing or getting an algorithm to explain or express just how everything is unfolding. So it can be a bit of overwhelming experience, because you can't see your way through, hear your way through. You have to feel your way through. And it's a very powerful, almost you could say like an initiation and transition that you go through that absolutely transforms you. I have pulled this card 3 times today, and it's about staying in the present moment. So as we align and we connect with ourselves, our energies, our love, our frequency, and connect with the earth through these transformative times, find your calm, and allow yourself to utilize the energy of these powerful cosmic forces to help you to also awaken, align, and expand with your life. So it was really beautiful to connect with you all today. to be present with you, to be here. And if you have any other eclipse questions, put them at the bottom of this video. And we're going to have our eclipse activation ceremony and healing ritual that will be coming up next week on Tuesday night. So if you would like to join us, please come. It'll be an amazing experience where you feel a beautiful activation, where we're going to be working through with the portals of the womb through the Milky Way and the Grand Central Sun, our galaxy, our solar ring, and really activating with your higher mind, your pituitary, your pineal gland. It will really be one that expands and your horizons of your crystal visions, and to really be able to move forward and to awaken the gifts that you have from within. So please come and join us. I'll place the information link in the bottom, and I so look forward to connecting with all of you and seeing you in divine timing. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Mwah.